Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365, and today I'm going to continue my series and give you my top 10 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays from Paramount Pictures. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guide 365. Okay, and continuing my series of the best 4K Ultra HDs from a particular studio, in this video I'm going to be focusing on Paramount Pictures. Now, one of the things I like about Paramount Pictures is they are very good with the format in general. I think a lot of the quality that this studio puts on their discs is pretty top-notch. I would say it's probably second and third in the overall ranking, if I remember correctly when I did that video. And they have a great library to choose from. Now, one of the things I like about Paramount and their 4K support is they actually implement Dolby Vision in, I would say, about 90% of their releases. That's pretty cool. So if you have a Dolby Vision TV and 4K player, you definitely reap the benefits and you get that extra bit of oomph with your picture quality. Just a couple of quick reminders, this is not based off the quality of the movie itself. This is only on the 4K picture and the audio presentations. So whether a movie is good or bad, that's really going to be very subjective, but just keep that in mind when I give you my list. Speaking of which, this of course is going to be my particular list. So your list of course will be very different, but I do encourage you to put in the comment section below what you would put in your personal top 10. Okay, let's not waste any time, let's dive right in. My number 10 pick is going to be Ridley Scott's Gladiator. This 4K disc is top-notch from Paramount. They did a great job. And one of the things I like about this movie is just the overall various locations and how really good it looks on 4K. The Dolby Vision really brings out the weather elements here. It's got a great color palette. It's not particularly going to be lush. It's very natural. And just the style behind the camera also lends itself very well. The Dolby Atmos is spectacular. Those battle scenes really come to life. That haunting score just fills the room. It's a beautiful presentation. Paramount did a wonderful job with the 4K disc of Gladiator, and for that reason, it's my number 10. My number 9 is 13 Hours, Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, directed by Michael Bay. Now, this movie is a little bit more heavy for the typical Michael Bay film, but it looks and sounds wonderful on 4K. Paramount did a great job. The Dolby Vision brings those just war-torn land to life in great, just great visuals. And the audio, the Dolby Atmos is pretty spectacular. Those battle scenes, bullets are whizzing by your head, explosions, just the crowds, it's all like very room-filling. This is a robust, aggressive audio mix. Overall, 13 Hours, Secret Soldiers of Benghazi is a great 4K disc. My number 8 is Interstellar from director Christopher Nolan. While not my favorite Christopher Nolan film, you can't deny how stunning this looks on 4K. The HDR is just really beautifully applied here. It brings out those space scenes, those crazy trippy moments really well. And just the overall aesthetic looks great on 4K. And the DTS 5.1 is room shaking. It's robust, aggressive, it's a fantastic audio experience. The 4K presentation of Interstellar is really top-notch in my opinion. Visually, I think one of his best films, and it just enhances it even further being on 4K. My number 7 is A Quiet Place. This movie is all about the atmosphere, which I feel the Dolby Atmos really renders very well. Your surround sound environment is completely alive here, even during the quieter moments, but when things happen, you have a good jolt in your seat that is really just almost second to none. And also, visually, beautiful. The Dolby Vision renders those black levels really nice and inky, and any color pop is natural but vivid at the same time. It has a great look to it, an equally impressive soundtrack. For that reason, number 7 is A Quiet Place. Number 6 is Transformers: Age of Extinction. Honestly, it was pretty tough finding which Transformers movies to stick on this list. They all sound phenomenal. The Dolby Atmos is really just completely mind-blowing. But for what gave Age of Extinction the slight edge, I think visually, it is probably the best looking of the movies from director Michael Bay. Yes, the movies are pretty much popcorn entertainment. We all know that. But if you have a 4K setup, you're going to get the best visual quality and audio experience, and this is really just reference quality across the board. While Age of Extinction may not be my favorite of the Michael Bay Transformers movies, it's definitely worth being on a top 10 4K quality list. My number 5 is going to be Terminator Dark Fate. Whether you like the movie or hate it, you can't deny that the 4K quality is really just top notch. Visually, it's pretty epic. It has a lot of great moments. Dolby Vision is implemented very well, and I feel the CGI is pretty complimentary. It doesn't look too CGI in places, but really the picture is, I feel, really good in this particular case. The audio, yeah, so I mean, come on, this is really demo worthy all day long. All those battle scenes, just the epic encounters with the Terminators, it really comes to life here. I think this is just a great audio treat. The picture and audio makes for a great combination, even if the movie isn't of the best in the franchise, and for that reason, it's my number 5. My number 4 is Gemini Man, starring Will Smith and directed by Ang Lee. There's really a lot to say about this movie, which I'm not really going to touch on here, but I'm sure you'll let me know in the comment section. But you can't deny the 4K presentation is stunning. This movie was shot utilizing 60 frames per second, so it has that crystal clear look to it. And the Dolby Vision enhances the tropical settings very well. The color palette just pops. It pops in your face visually. And honestly, it's a beautiful looking picture, probably the best on this entire list. The audio, the Dolby Atmos, is really good as well. It has a great dynamic range to it. It's very room filling. There's a lot of good moments where it's utilized effectively. The 4K disc is undeniably a great pickup if you're a fan of the movie. My number 3 is Annihilation from director Alex Garland and starring Natalie Portman. This movie is very effectively done on 4K. It has a lot going for it. The Dolby Vision brings that shimmer to life. The visuals are breathtaking. The colors pop off the screen when they're inside the shimmer. And just honestly, the picture quality is really fantastic here. It has native 4K. There's everything to enjoy about this movie visually, but not to be outdone, that Dolby Atmos is haunting. If you've seen the movie, you know the scene I'm talking about, but just the overall soundtrack is really great here. The environmentals, the action, it's all rendered very well. The Dolby Atmos is really a welcome addition to this already great visual presentation. Annihilation, it's a fantastic movie and worth owning on 4K. Number 2 is Mission Impossible Fallout. This latest addition to the Mission Impossible franchise is a stunner on 4K, and with the added benefit of the IMAX aspect ratios, visually, it's a fantastic presentation. The Dolby Vision has a lot going for it. Both the color palette, the black levels are rendered very well, detail is nicely enhanced, but the Dolby Atmos, it's a character in and of itself. It is a fantastic audio presentation. There's a lot going for it. You get environmentals, action scenes. It fills the room very well. If you have a great Atmos setup at home, you're going to enjoy it. Mission Impossible Fallout is a great movie in itself, but the 4K presentation is also top notch. Before I get to my number 1, just a quick couple of honorable mentions. Bumblebee, the spin-off from the Transformers franchise, I felt deserved to be on this list. It has a great look to it, the Dolby Vision is really nice, and the Atmos is also pretty good. It's pretty much in par with the rest of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. It's a good overall 4K disc. Also, the 2017 Ghost in the Shell starring Scarlett Johansson. I think visually, this is a gorgeous movie. Paramount did a wonderful job here, but the Dolby Atmos is also nicely rendered. This is a great overall package. I feel the movie gets a little bit of undeserved hate, but if you are a fan of it, definitely own the 4K. And finally, Overlord. This one, audio-wise, is, I feel, in the top 3 easily on any list. This is a fantastic Atmos presentation. Now, the 4K picture quality is not quite as sharp. I feel the black levels are done very well, but it's an overall very dark movie. But if you're going in just based off an audio, Overlord really is going to shake your home theater. It is second to none. Still a very good 4K presentation. And for my number 1 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Paramount Pictures, that is going to go to Saving Private Ryan. Steven Spielberg's epic movie is equally up to the task on 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision really enhances the movie visually. It's not colorful by any stretch of the imagination, but still, it looks great. It has never looked better, and it really puts you in the middle of the film. Not to be outdone, that Dolby Atmos is really pretty just aggressive. It is strong, it's energetic, there's a lot going on. The surround sound stage is really used effectively. This is a wonderful audio mix. Altogether, the picture quality and audio of Saving Private Ryan, it deserves to be my #1, and I think it would be on a lot of people's lists as well. So that is my top 10 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray list from Paramount Pictures. If you want to see my other list from other studios, I will go ahead and leave a link for that in the comments section. But I also want to hear from you. What would you put on your particular top 10 4K list for Paramount? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.